You put a video out into the world, you put your love, sweat, tears into it. You feel so great. You release it and then crickets. Well, we've all been there. But here's the thing. The longer you're around, the longer you're making videos, the more the question becomes, did my video actually flop, or is it a sleeper hit? In this video, I'm gonna bust the myth about your videos and how they perform and share with you what I've learned over the last 2.5 years on YouTube about an improved way to think about how well your video is doing. And if we're just meeting, hello, I'm Gia Goodrich. I'm a creative strategist, content creator, and educator. And my favorite thing is helping people really genuinely and authentically show up, create content so that they can build the big vision for their lives. Because we know making videos can have really wonderful long-term effects on whatever it is you're really wanting to do. I also have a TikTok and a podcast. And if you are one of the 94.7% of people who are watching this video but haven't subscribed, here is your invitation to do so. I make lots of content to help you show up in your most magnetic way in video, creating content. So if that sounds like it's your jam, just click that button, but make sure you turn it on to all notifications so that YouTube is not the boss of you and whether or not you get to actually see my videos. Let's go. When we look at a video's performance, one of the things that it's really important to factor in is engagement. Even more so than video views, because the algorithm is an ever-changing enigma, wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in confusion. And as soon as we feel like we've got a handle, I can guarantee you it's gonna change the next day. But what's important to understand is that the algorithm is in charge of who gets to see your video. So most often we think about the quality and the content of the video, but we don't understand that we are limited to whatever metrics we're seeing based on who even had the opportunity to see it. Because there's so much content on YouTube being uploaded every single second, it becomes almost impossible for people to find your videos unless they are ranking on search, they're showing up in browser, or they are being suggested. Which begs the question, how do you make sure your videos start to show up in those three places? Well, here's the thing I've learned over time. There are certain things that you can do, like make sure that the title and content you're putting out is an answer to a question that's searchable. Also making sure that your thumbnail and your title are something that an actual human would be interested to click on if it showed up on their home screen. And to show up on suggested, you align your content with content that's already out there, use some of the same keywords and expressions, and hopefully the algorithm will link your two videos together and it will show up on that sidebar. But all of those things take time and take favor by the algorithm, which means that you can have a perfectly amazing video that nothing happens with. But this is the part that I really want to impart because this just happened to me. I posted this video, how to post for photos, and for the majority of that time, it had around 3,000 views, which is nothing to sneer at, but it's not really a lot to write home about. However, now, it has almost 1 million views because something shifted dramatically. So we're gonna look at my analytics and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more about how that happened. All right, we're in my analytics and what you need to see is this video and what just happened. So as you can see, this video here, how to pose in pictures, at this point has 800,000 plus views. And you can also see my revenue for this month is up like double from normal. And that is because of this video. So let's take a look at what happened here. Now, if we look at views, and this is the part I really want to impart to you, is that it was, let's say, first half a year, 606 views. First year, just under 2,000. 6 months later, 14,000. So it was this very slow, and somewhere around here, August of last year, it started to creep up. Now, if we think about what overall was happening with my channel, is that the first video of mine popped, how to look better in Zoom, and that lifted my channel altogether. When you think about this video creeping up, that's pretty steady considering my whole channel is getting bigger. But look at here, something happened right here. End of June, I still have zero idea what instigated it. I was just minding my own business, making content that had nothing to do with posing in pictures, just 100% was going in a different direction. And all of a sudden it skyrocketed and went from under 100,000 to now 900,000, almost 1 million. So let's look at these traffic sources. Analytics isn't like my favorite thing, but it is helpful to start to look at how your channel is operating. So when we look at traffic sources for this video, Google search is a big one, which means that my titling and metadata was on point. I've heard a lot of YouTube creators who are much more in it than I am talk about how tags, keywords are proving to be less relevant than they were before. This means that what you say in the video is really powerful. And then YouTube is pulling in searches, and we can look at the top traffic sources in terms of the keywords that people are using to find it over here, and we see how to pose for pictures, posing for photography, and then other ones that aren't really pulling that much. I don't even know what this is. 1188LV. This is what's great about going into your analytics, is you can really start to dig into things. Latvian. Okay. Detour. That was so weird. So obviously like some website in Latvia is recommending my video, I'm guessing, but like 9%, that's a pretty decent amount. So then we go to suggested videos, and this is what's showing up as 32.2%. So this is a very big chunk. But when we look at suggested videos, this first one is mine, which is good that people are staying in my zone, in my channel. But then these ones aren't. So let's go into more and see really what's driving traffic here. This is my other video. And just like I suspected, the video that really blew up my channel, of course, is gonna drive traffic to other videos. Then we have this video, which means people are watching that and mine is coming up suggested and they're watching mine. Another video of mine. And then this one by Victoria's Secret model. So we can see exactly what videos are being referred. And this is definitely an optimal scenario, but the fact that this just exploded tells me that maybe that synergy wasn't there before. And because this algorithm all of a sudden decided that this video was worth watching 2 years later, now it's getting linked to some of these other videos. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at this spike. Nothing, whoop! And now you can see it's on its way back down. One thing that's important to note is this is a very low number for impressions click-through rate. I'm not sure what was happening with that video, although I know I was kind of newer to my channel and it's not very high. But also one thing I've learned from other YouTubers is that when a video is really being pushed to new audiences, a lot of times it will drop your click-through rates. So don't quote me on that, but that's what I retained. So let's go back into traffic sources. So 58.2 is browse features. So when we look at this, we can see for whatever reason, YouTube decided to put my video on people's home pages. And this is 500,000 views are coming from this place in particular. Now, all of this information is great to have about this video, and it's awesome to know that YouTube just randomly got behind it. But the key lesson to take away is that had nothing to do with me. That was 100% outside of my control. My video is no better than it was 2 years ago, suddenly because it's getting more views. This means we need to really be thinking about time scale. Instead of thinking about a month, 2 months, 3 months, if you're creating evergreen content that somebody can resonate with a year, 2, 3 years from now, what you are doing when you're creating a video is you are planting seeds. And the more seeds you plant, the more your channel can grow in wild and unexpected ways. Plus, when we tend to control things, that's when all the joy comes out of the process and we can get in this really up and down, I'm successful today, unsuccessful tomorrow. And I can tell you, the longer I've been in it, the longer I've realized it is always gonna be a wavy ride. So the more that you can detach yourself from the outcome, the better. So what should we be thinking about to help us determine the video quality? We should be looking at engagement. Are the people we made the video for who found it now, are they benefiting from it? Are they liking it? Are they leaving a comment? That's part of the reason why I ask people to leave comments in my videos, is to have that feedback. If you are creating content that is resonating with the people who get to see it, eventually YouTube will catch up. And when it pushes that video, you'll be in a great position to be able to take advantage of it. Now, I definitely didn't want to hear this, but I'm going to be real and transparent with you because I resisted this for so long. And now I have finally, begrudgingly, after so many laborious years of ignoring and trying to act like this wasn't a thing, I have come to the realization that everyone will tell you it's about consistency over quality. Now, if you don't know Cullen and Samir, they have an amazing YouTube channel, and I just watched this interview with Victoria Paris, who is a TikToker and just phenomenal. And seeing behind the scenes, seeing about her thought process, she said, I'm not the most creative person, but what I do have is consistency. And so I figured if I just put 6 videos out every day, eventually I will gain traction. And she did, and in less than a year, she has over 1 million followers. But for those of us who are creative, are passionate, and really want to do a good job, this is such a hard lesson to learn. But really, the more consistent you can be, the faster your channel will grow. You don't want to be putting out craptastic content, but thinking about what is the minimum viable video that I can make. If it has less bells and whistles, that's okay if it means you can put more out more consistently. And personally for me, I've done a horrendous job about this in the past. I've taken huge breaks, dropped off the face of the earth, and that's why my channel took as long as it did to grow. But once I started really doubling down on that consistency, I've seen my channel improve. And definitely in doing that in TikTok, I've seen amazing returns in such a short period of time. So make videos and make them often. And if you made it to this part of the video, I love you, I thank you. Leave me a little wavy hand emoji so I can say thank you because you are amazing. And if you have a few more minutes, you should definitely watch this video on the things I wish someone told me when starting a YouTube channel. It has all the insights I wish I knew.